What do you make of this? It's very interesting. Anna said, speaking to a congresswoman who said, look, I have to hold on to my oath of office. I have to obey that. Is that what it is for you, too?
Yeah, I think the thing that has really changed over the weekend and the beginning of this week is that House Democrats now feel like Pelosi's strategy of waiting until the election in 2020 and hoping to defeat Trump then is not providing sufficient oversight, that he has chosen to violate the same norm against foreign interference in elections that he violated in 2016. And so I think that's what really broke the dam of Pelosi's position.
So two things. What can the House whistleblower say that will make it very clear that he actually did that? It sounds like you're assuming that he has done that. It's not a question in your mind. And then what could what he said, he's going to release the tape, actually, of what he just said, pardon me. What does it need to say to support that?
Yeah, I assume that whatever is in the whistleblower report is quite damning, only because I struggle to see why the White House would keep it secret from Congress otherwise, in direct violation of the law that states that they have to turn over material that is designated as significant by the DNI Inspector General. So I suppose it's theoretically possible that whatever is in there is not so bad for Trump, but it seems quite unlikely at this point. The transcript will be a different matter, but I think the whistleblower complaint and the content of it is what really will matter for House Democrats.
What's the motivation here, though? Because even as the House votes in favor of impeachment, it's all just going to run aground in the Senate. So is the intention just to weaken the president heading into election year?
I think there are a few intentions. The first is to air the specifics of this case and probably many others. I would expect that if the House moves impeachment articles, they will include things from the Mueller report, potential violations of the emoluments clause related to Trump's hotels and golf courses. So the one intention is to air those things. Another would probably be to put the onus and the political pressure on Senate Republicans to say that they condone this behavior, or at least that they don't support removing Trump from office for it, and thereby sort of put them in a political bind, particularly Republicans in blue states like Cory Gardner in Colorado and potentially in Maine as well.
Is there a political risk here, though, that it all backfires? Because, of course, Bill Clinton got impeached and, well, he just trundled on, didn't he? It was business as usual, and in some respects, his popularity improved.
Yeah, it's certainly a risk, and I think it's the risk that has held Democrats, particularly centrist Democrats, back up to this point. But what's really changed is that the violation of the alleged violation of the constitutional norm against foreign interference in an election really has compelled Democrats, I think, to act on this, even if it is to hurt them in 2020. I think the conception of this violation is so grave that they really feel like they need to do something. And if it ends up having negative political consequences, then that's something that they'll deal with next year.
But down the line, then, do you think, besides what it might mean for President Trump, and he may get reelected regardless, do you think it may then show up in the coming elections for the House and the Senate?
Yes, certainly, on both sides. I mean, there is the dynamic that I just mentioned, in which centrist Democrats in perhaps Republican-leaning districts have to explain why they endorsed or didn't endorse, in some cases, an impeachment process that's probably going to be very divisive. On the other hand, though, you have a Democratic base that has been extremely motivated by this issue, and you've seen almost every Democratic presidential candidate declaring their support for impeachment this week. So, I think this works in both directions. It helps motivate the Democratic base, but it also, sharpens the divide and probably rallies Republican voters to Trump as well.